We'll go ahead and get started. Once again, for the benefit of those folks who are joining us from all across the United States on Facebook and YouTube and Zoom, welcome to the UW Carbone Cancer Symposium. We are just so delighted to be co-hosting this event. I want to start my remarks this morning by thanking Dr. Albertini and all of our panelists today for participating in this symposium with us. I know that you are not here to see me, and I will be back later on to talk a little bit about our foundation. But my role here this morning is to explain how you are going to get your questions answered. I know you'll have lots of questions for our panelists today. If you are here with us in person, it is so delightful to have so many people in this room. It's just fantastic to see so many people. What we're going to do is have 2 live question and answer periods. What you will do is we'll have Allison and I will be standing on opposite sides of the room. You can simply raise your hand. We'll bring a microphone over to you, and then Dr. Albertini will take your questions. If you are joining us virtually this morning, then what we will need you to do, if you're joining us through Zoom, you will need to write your questions into the Q&A tab. You're welcome to put any comments that you'd like to in the the comments tab. Tell us where you're joining us from. We like to know where everyone's coming from. Similarly, if you are joining from YouTube or from Facebook, please put your questions into the comment section. We'll get those written down and we'll get those to Dr. Albertini. And without further ado, I am going to turn the baton over to Dr. Albertini, and we will start this morning's symposium.
Thank you, and welcome everyone, a very genuine and warm welcome. This is an important day, and what a beautiful day outside for this occasion. Maybe before I start my welcome, maybe just you can take a minute and look around. We're really all in this together. And I think we're really with many backgrounds, with many stories, with many hopes, wishes, trials, tribulations. But we're here really with one purpose today, and that's really trying to learn more about melanoma and try to come up with some answers for this disease. So welcome both those of you in person and those of you with us virtually. Hopefully today will be informative and a chance to answer some questions and hopefully leave all of us with a improved idea of how we can all make headway against this disease. So the title is, for our morning session, What's New in Melanoma Care, from Safety in the Sun to New Research Approaches. So melanoma, as we all know, remains a common cancer. Estimates from the American Cancer Society for the current year, 2023, are for 97,610 cases, more men than women, and 7,990 deaths. Again, this remains a common cancer, a common problem. Our schedule this morning to try to help address this problem is shown here. Dr. Shu, professor in the Department of Dermatology, will start with a talk entitled Safety in the Sun. Dr. Heather Newman will then speak about melanoma surgical management in 2023. I will then talk about what I see as a roadmap for continued progress in the melanoma clinic. And we'll then have a Q&A for really all of the faculty panelists. There's 4 of us, one whom I'll mention in a minute, but 4 of us will be sitting up there and taking questions. One request, the questions from the audience here will be live. Please, no personal questions, but try to make them more general for other individuals. Any of us are happy to take the personal questions separately, but I think it's important to make this so to protect your privacy, questions that'll be more for the general audience. And then we'll have a break. Dr. Ma will then speak about clinical studies at UW Carbone Cancer Center to improve outcomes for advanced melanoma patients. And then we're going to have what I really see as a highlight of this morning's session. 4 remarkable individuals, different backgrounds, different stories, different trials, different tribulations, like many other people in this audience, and they'll share their perspectives in terms of their melanoma experience, and they'll also be available to answer your questions as well. Kirsty Blattner, Ronald Parker, Kathy Stokowiak, and Stephen Carpenter. And we'll then come back and speak about AIM at Melanoma Patient Resources. And we'll conclude with the 4 of us in terms of the 4 faculty, again, coming up and answering those questions that weren't able to be addressed in the first part of the session and any other burning questions or questions that have arisen after them. So our first presenter is going to be Dr. Gloria Xu from the UW Department of Dermatology.